Hi folks, and welcome. Before we get started today, I'd like to make an opening statement, as I'm going to do with all my videos, that this may be controversial subject matter to some people, and it's going to be pertaining to religion, in this case the Christian religion, and some of the questions that I've had about this over the years and developed over the years. And the purpose of this video is to provoke free thought for people to weigh the options and decide what they believe or do not believe, and also to get some intelligent input and answers possibly to these questions from a theological perspective. This particular video is going to start right from the beginning of the Bible, and an issue that has been brought up by science many times, and that is timelines and the way they do not really agree with each other. Starting from the beginning, the Bible says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. 7 days. The earth was without form and void. Now, when they say 7 days, I believe personally that that story meant a literal 7 days, not a metaphoric 7 days, and that from the time of initial creation, when the earth was form and void, until the time of man was 6 days. And from Adam was made Eve. God took one of his ribs and made Eve his counterpart. Now, the Bible almost immediately goes into the lineage of man, following from the time of Adam on down through about the time of the New Testament with Jesus Christ. Now, science will dictate that we have a thing called carbon dating now, and we know that by our best estimates so far that this earth is 4 to 5 billion years old. If you look at the lineage and timelines from the time of Adam until the time of Jesus, you're going to find that back then, if the story that the Bible tells is the case, the longevity of man was much longer back then. And because of his sin nature, it was taken away and limited to 120 years. Now, the longest point in case of this would be Methuselah, who, if I recall right, lived to be 948 years old. And it doesn't give an actual, and we don't use the same calendar as they did anyway, so it wouldn't matter if they did, but they don't use a year or a reference point for when the longevity of man was limited to 120 years. So with that said, I have never crunched the numbers on this, and I'm just going to put a raw number out there because I really don't know, and I haven't had the time to sit down and put this all together, but I'm just going to say from the time of Adam till the time of the New Testament and Jesus Christ, let's just say, for sake, 20,000 years, okay? Now, we know that science and carbon dating have provided us with evidence that the dinosaurs are millions of years old, some of them many millions of years old. The fossils we found in the fossilized plants and certain other things that we've carbon dated to be that old. What the Bible is essentially saying is, if this is true, then they're telling us that the dinosaurs walked around in complete darkness without food or water, because the earth was without form and void. Now, science would also denote that anything flesh-born, anything living, plant or living, physical living, requires food, requires water, requires light, vitamin B, etc., minerals. And these two stories don't really agree with each other, to say the least. And right from the beginning of the Bible, there becomes this question of, okay, the timelines of what the Bible says from Adam on till the New Testament, and we know from the New Testament till present day we're looking at a little over 2,000 years. So you've got a rough number, an actual number. If you get down to it, you could come up with a number that is a tangible number that you could put in years. And we know that the earth itself and dinosaurs, which we have physically proven to be a real thing, are much older than man. And as I said before, the question is, did they walk around in total darkness with no food or water? I would guess not, but I don't know that. So With this said, this is the first of a series of questions, and I'm looking for intelligent input on this. If you have a response, you can leave me a video response down below, or you can leave me a comment down below, and I will address these things as I can get to them. I am very much interested in this because theology and culture and religion have always been a big interest of mine, and I'm really interested to see if and what people have to say about this subject. So, with that said, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope this really helps you to open your mind and think about a few things, and I'm looking for intelligent discussion and thought on this matter. With that said, have a great day.